The Yank government dabbles with heroes in tights and arcane forces better left alone. Steve Trevor's the big dog round here. He's got a not at all pretentiously named Black Room. They keep all kinds of trinkets there that may help us take on the flying Tagliatelle monster in the sky.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Chris Dash speaking, and I'm happy to be again with you with another video, and you're dealing with Captain Atom on this side of DC Universe Online. As we get ready and we play JLD, Darkness Rises, the Alert Tier 9. This is one of the most newest alerts out there, okay? It has a lot to learn and a lot of mechanics you probably know of, but still need to refresh your memory. As we get ready to watch and see what John Constantine is going to bring us here and why did he bring us here for, he's going to bring us through a series of phases of areas that we will have to take care of and most likely secure certain things. But as I read this part, enjoy. John Constantine, as he invites himself into the A.R.G.U.S. Black Room, once there, assists John Constantine in requiring mystical aid from the agency in hope of defeating the demonic attack on Gotham. This is a tier 9 raid. It's going to be on your on duty tab. You will be able to have access on the event side if you are a level 10. As I give you the 411 and give you a brief description about what's going to happen, we're going to take a look on these ads and give them body language. These are going to be the new ads of this time for this tier 9 raid called JLD, Darkness Rises. Okay, so we're just going to be taking a moment in time to just actually look at the ads and see what they're capable of doing. Kind of weapons, dual pistols, dual wheels. They have a lot of things going on with them. Likewise, area effects, they got shields, and they got some pretty much good stuff with them. So we do not want to overlook any of these ads in any situation, because they will be the first thing you see before you get to a boss. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. When I get to this first boss, I will give you guys brief description on what you're going to have to do and to be a successful group to making it out and going to the next level. Okay, see you soon.
Retreat. I need a med kit. Fall back. That's all you got. Retreat.
These laser traps look to have a timed rotation. I'll meet you on the other side when you figure it out. What? I'm not your taxi service.
I need a med kit. I need a med kit. Fall back. Retreat. That's all you got. Cover me. That's all you got. Fall back. Cover me. Retreat. I need a med kit. That's all you got. I need a med kit. On my target. Retreat. Fall back. Cover me. I need a med kit. Cover me. Retreat. Fall back. That's all you've got. Fall back. Cover me. I need a med kit. Retreat. That's all you got. I need a med kit. Retreat. Cover me. Fall back.
Blast doors closed. Initiating teleport systems now.
Bollocks! That can't be good. Look sharp, mate.
Let's begin. Okay, so first of all, at the beginning of the first wave, you are going to get bosses from the right hand side and the left hand side. From east and west, you're going to have to figure out the timing of what those characters are going to be pulling out and grabbing them into the middle. When you are tanking, this is going to be a tanking situation. You want to keep them in the middle, because what happens is that there's going to be turrets that are about to pop up on your west side and then your east side, okay, on your left and your right, okay. So you do not want them to collect that turret. So basically what happens is it's like basically collecting a node in PvP if you have not been there before, okay. One thing that I want to let you guys know, that they begin off not on your side. The turrets do not belong on your side. They're not on your side. You do not get them immediately on your side. You have to stand beside them and collect them for them to get on your side. And last but not least, the one thing about it is your group members and your teammates most likely should be doing that and standing closer to the turret so they can be collected. Because what happens is, if you prolong it and make it go longer, you are going to see yourself being infinitely in here trying to fight to survive if you do not collect the turrets. So the way that you know that you collect the turrets is when they turn blue, okay. When they're red, they're on the opposite side and they're working for the group that is right now attacking you. So basically you have to be on the turret side and have to collect it by just standing close to it. It will have a bar that will say collected or captured, and you would basically have to do that for a certain period of time, for like at least a couple seconds. And at that time, the more people around you will make it go faster. The less, it will take a little bit more time, but the tank should be pulling the ads in the middle and controlling them so they do not go over to the side, so they block the timing of when you are collecting or capturing the area, okay. So one thing that I would like to let you guys know is when your tank is tanking, he should be in the middle and not pulling the turret, not pulling the ads towards the turret, because it's not going to help the group successfully make it through to the next level. So he needs to have them in the middle controlling, and you guys can be standing beside the turrets attacking them from west and east, and he can be doing keeping himself up and keeping himself alive in the situation, okay. Thank you guys very much. It's very simple like that, and you guys will see in the next boss that I'm going to talk about what he's capable of doing, okay. So get ready for that one. Peace.
I need a med kit. Fall back. Fall back. I need a med kit. That's all you've got. Cover me.
Damn it. This better not be a con. John Constantine, if I find out you're behind this...
Steve Trevor, just the man I wanted to see. Felix Faust is the...
Damn! Constantine was telling the truth!
My master thanks you, fools, for keeping the most powerful arcanum on Earth in one convenient place. The Spear of Destiny is ours. I ask the demon, who among men would steal armor and sword of the mighty Etrigan? Come, demon, reclaim your mail. Destroy these thieves. Make them wail.
Etrigan comes, summoned and bound, to recover his armor. A faithful hound. Burn your life to end this foolish mortal.
Moving forward into the progression of the game and going further into this DLC and more of this alert that is called JLD Darkness Rises. Okay, so we are now getting ready to face the demon Etrigan. Okay, he is very much a demon that has been around for many years, and he has been a demon that was from hell himself, the place hell itself, and he is basically right now here to collect some mystical possessions, or he was summoned by Felix Faust to pick up some possessions for him, or to stop them from actually picking them up from making it further to the next level. But that's a little brief description. What happens right now is that I'm gonna let you guys know Demon Etrigan makes multiple copies of himself, and what happens is that you have to find the original, just like other gaming situation like duels, where they spawned up multiple ads. It was like a Lex Luthor. It was like the Lex Luthor situation, where Lex Luthor, the one from the future, actually spawns out so many of himself, but you have to find the real one. But the one thing about it is your DPSs have chances to burn, and you just have to burn them a certain amount of tick of their life, not the whole complete bar, to find the real one. And basically he spawns mystical things from different realms, and things that are basically supposed to be captured and put it away. So he's opening these areas where all these mystical things are happening. Demon Etrigan has the power to do that. And what you're doing is that you are honestly trying to beat the wave of his HP and contain all of the artifacts and put them back in the right place. But John Constantine needs some time for him to do that correctly. So what happens is ads will pop up after when John Constantine is basically starting to put away the artifact. Okay, the whole point is the tank is supposed to pull all the ads and keep all the ads around of him. And what happens is the ads will not attack you when they're trying to attack John Constantine's shield. So what happens is the DPS should be burning these ads before they get closer to the shield, so John Constantine could complete his spell and put them away into the force field on where they belong. Okay, and Demon Etrigan will stay focused on the tank. He does not go all over the place unless he does multiple copies of himself. Okay, and last but not least, one thing that I would let you guys know that I never seen this coming up, but I seen an ad actually stay alive for the whole entire being. But when you are going in this, you have to be your role. You know what I mean? You have to be a role. If you would like to be a troll, a DPS, a tank, a healer, you are going to deal with a great group that's going to be successful in any situation coming into a 4-man alert, okay? Or 4-player, you would call it. One thing about it is there's going to be area effects and stuff like that. Rolling out and getting away from those areas will help you not get too much damage. Staying away and doing long distance damage will help you too. Helping John Constantine put away the artifacts every single time he pops up his shield. There is a timer above his head with a shield above it, and you need to possibly just have to get there in time where they don't break the shield before that happens. Okay, so if they don't break the shield before that time happens, it was a successful group. If it wasn't, it was not a successful group where they were burning those ads at that time being. One thing about it too is that those ads that he pops up multiple of himself, it's really strong, so you need to make sure that you got to focus on who you're attacking. He will leave your sight for a moment being, but if a tank is doing his pulling move, it's just like anything else. Healing over time, or power over time, or damage over time, he needs to hit that so that the main boss stays focused on him.
Business done, I bid you farewell. Should you need me again, just ring me in hell.
Bollocks! Faust with the spear of bloody destiny. He could break the world even without that rip in the sky. Steve-O, any chance I could check out some mojo from your lending library?
I'll tell you what, John. We've been looking for the Mark of Cain and Book of Lilith recently. You help Argus recover them, and we'll talk. They're in a village near Markovia, but intel suggests they're well defended by vampires. Gather around. Before we go off to Castle Bloodsucker, take these lamps. The Order of Van Helsing used these to combat creatures of the night. Probably pretty useful right about now.
Always wanted to get my hands on one of these. Seems like my crew runs into things that go bump in the night every time we leave the pub. Keep fueling these lamps with the right kind of petrol, and you'll be able to master its flames. Vamps and their kin have a thing against fire and light.
Werewolf terrorists. Must be Tuesday. Heads up, people. This is the current home of the Book of Lilith and Mark of Cain. The group holding these artifacts is organized and powerful enough to block most scrying and satellites. So we're diving into the unknown. Be ready for anything.
Looking around, I guess we're facing a master mage with a penchant for goth wankers who worship her dark power, Tala.
That's quite a hunch, John.
Also, I smell her perfume. She wears a posh brand.
How do you know?
Fascists, vampires, and zombies.
I don't want
Oh my! Enjoy tearing this place a new one. Fascists, vampires, and zombies. Oh my! Enjoy tearing this place a new one. To create all kinds of other nasties, the Mark of Cain seeks to up the ante, allowing these buggers immortality by becoming bloodsuckers.
Mother Lilith, lend me your power.
I present you with the Mark of Cain, mistress.
Your actions nurture entropy, helping it grow like a deadly vine. Continue, and your cult may yet earn a place among the Lords of Chaos.
Damn! She took the Mark of Cain with her!
Ah, intruders! Master, aid your faithful servant.
You dare enter my home. Your blood will fuel me as my shadows blanket the world. Protect your master.
This Fanger has control over the dark. Light him up and use those flames of Van Helsing to smite anything he pulls out of his wee bag of tricks.
If you can remove those pockets of shadow with the magical flames, it'll limit his resources.
Vile creature, you dare strike me?
So I'm gonna give you the 411 on this vampire boss for the last boss of JLD Darkest Rising. Okay? This boss has a one-shot move. He spawns ads and he has 4 corners that he has to get to before he gets burnt, and he will be able to heal himself in those areas if he lasts as long, and he's able to summon creatures from the pits of that area. Some look like bats, some look like wolves, some look like snakes, and there's one more that pops up. But one thing that you need to know, his one-shot move, you can lunge it and block break out of it. For the bat, he moves just like the bat that was for Batman, but he's called the Bat, like Batman or whatnot. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. But the funny thing about it is the animations are pretty much the same. You just have to watch out for that one-shot move. If you are in any of the facility area of the wolf and he does his super move where he bites you and he turns you into a wolf, it will stop you from actually having your ability. The bat picks you up and tosses you around, and picks you up in the air and tosses you around. You got to be careful with that. And you got to be careful with the snake. The snake does like an area effect, like slam move. It does. You can stay a distance away from the snake. The 4 corners, those areas are purple, like those purple 4 areas. You got to watch out for the boss. I'm gonna be saying a lot of things. You got to watch out for the boss. He's always trying to one-shot the strongest character in the group. A lot of pickups will happen in here until everyone learns the animations and the effects of what's happening. And do not go into those purple areas. They do damage over time, and likewise they hit really hard. Those area effects hit really hard. So there's a lot of things that you have to watch out for. So I'm gonna list them again. The Vampire Lord boss has a one-shot move. He summons ads. He has 4 corners with 4 shadows in them in purple that do area effect damage, and they take off a lot of life. He summons monsters from the 4 corners and brings them out towards the fight. He has a healing effect if he stays in the shadow, the purple shadow, for too long without being hit. So you gotta be very cautious on how you deal with these situations. Moving around will help you a lot, and likewise throwing up shields will help you a lot. I seen myself facing this. The group that I was running with was really sketchy at the beginning. They're supposed to be so higher than me, and they're supposed to know a little bit more than me, I guess. But this is my chance of being in here, and they're falling, like they're dropping, and you could see their CR level, and this is how serious it is. And I came in here as 258, and I still was able to handle my business, and still was able to deal out a good amount of damage and take a lot of hits. So you gotta watch out for that boss's one-shot move. You need to lunge him at all times when he does it. It's like a 35%er, but he can take out your whole entire life. He gets so boosted up, he can take out your whole life. And this part is going to be the last part in this this alert, and pretty much it is straightforward. After you do this, it comes to the end and you will finish it. And no secret about supply drops or anything like put orbital strike. You know, there's nothing. You can do anything in here. Just stay alive. See you guys soon. Like and subscribe.
Ew, gross!
We lost the Mark of Cain, but at least we took down this so-called Order of Eternal Night.
Oi, I've got the Book of Lilith.
Well, that's something. Take it, Constantine. I'll get you the rest of the crime Bible. The Book of Lilith is just an excerpt after all. I'll expect them back as soon as that rift over Gotham closes.
Of course, Steve-O. You know me.
That's what worries me.